How many times have we attempted to practice mental prayer and felt that we were not going anywhere? We would open the scriptures, looked at a passage, only to be inundated by distractions. It was as if we were daydreaming. Sometimes distractions would take us to the many little pending tasks we have to do. At other times, we would just rehash the scene of an event we felt insecure about. Whatever it was, we felt that we could just not focus on the scripture passage. We could not even put ourselves in God's presence. However, it doesn't have to be this way. We are not powerless with regards to distractions. All the contrary, we can use distractions as a powerful leverage to grow in our relationship with God. Meet David. He is a good salesman and he keeps busy. He handles multiple accounts and he is very successful at moving them along the pipeline to close the deal. His work environment is pretty stressful and he is required to meet his quota. He is a good man. He is attempting to pray, only to find himself mired with 1,000 distractions about the next moves he has to accomplish that day. Not to mention all the things that need to get done at home. In the mornings he feels overwhelmed. He rushes from bed to shower and feels that he does not have time to spend 20 minutes a day in mental prayer. He has been trying to practice it, and when he does, he cannot help but be distracted most of the time. Recently, he learned about the power of distractions. He learned that distractions have an emotional language of their own. Distractions arise from feelings, and these feelings can communicate something about the deep desires of the heart. So, instead of ignoring distractions or pushing them aside, David decided to examine them a little closer. He came to realize that his distractions were coming from his deep desire to succeed. Then, he proceeded to confront these desires with God's will in his life. This required a lot of honesty because he did not want to admit to himself that behind his desire to succeed there was a fear of failure. All his life he had been taught that he needed to be number one if he was going to win at the game of life. It was very hard for him to come to this realization. He had rationalized all along that success was about being number one. His worldview consisted of seeing life as a race with only a few winning the big prize. He just had to try harder than everyone else. Now, he realized he had to let go of that worldview. It took many meditation sessions to go over the same idea and confront it with the gospel message. What did he believe in the depth of his heart? Did he believe in the prosperity gospel or did he believe in the gospel of the Beatitudes? Ultimately, David knew in his heart that he had to let go. He had to part ways with his old mindset and adopt a new one. At the beginning this seemed very painful. It was like a death and a resurrection. The old man had to die in order for a new one to emerge. The entire process helped David not only to know himself better, but to undergo a profound transformation that enlightened his life, and brought him inner peace. This is the power of distractions. Distractions are thoughts elicited by powerful emotions. It is important to tap into these emotions to examine their source. This is a spiritual workout. It requires honesty. Many times we will discover fears and a desire for control. We may discover that deep down we don't trust God as we say we do. Deep down we may be very self-centered. Mental prayer is the spiritual workout where we learn to let go of self-centeredness so as to be completely open to follow God's will. As we can see, mental prayer becomes necessary for serious, spiritual growth.